We are live. Welcome back to Tales of the Witch Boy. My name is Emma, and I am the Game Master. We are playing some Pathfinder 2nd Edition, and we are playing a homebrew story adventure called Tales of the Witch Boy. As well as being a Game Master, I am also playing the role of Remy, the 11-year-old witch boy. I'm Remy. Hey guys, I'm Remy. Okay, someone else go for it.
Dawn, you're always next.
Okay. Hi, I'm John. I guess that is a trend. Hi. I play Craig Fogcrusher, Kobold Swashbuckler. Happy as can be about heading north eventually. I'm here to slice open our foes. Jenna.
Hi, I'm Jenna, she, her. I play Lishija, the Fate Witch, and, you know.
Nailed it.
She's here.
That's where you're ending? Oh no.
She's here. She's got some plans. We're at Ekalophia, and we're going to leave real soon. Don't worry about it. We're good. We're good.
Don't worry about it. Hello, I'm Michaela, she, her. I play Sogafa, she, her. I'm just really enthusiastic to get back out on the water with our branded merchandise that we got for a good deal. And
Rodair's Wares needs to be advertised.
Rodair's Wares is going to be a sensation. And also I've never been to a marsh, so let's see how it goes.
All right. Excuse me. Sorry. Okay. We are in the city of Ekalophia. You have just Oh, Steve, thank you for the sub. What's up?
No, that was me. I've been subscribed. That was my
Got
message.
it.
I joined as soon as I found out that you hit affiliate, so congrats on 2 months of on your
Congrats!
second months of affiliate status.
Thank you. And it's good to see we got some people in the chat right now. I appreciate y'all being here. So for today, we are continuing from Ekalophia, moving forward, potentially toward the Whispering Marshes, I think is our plan. We will see kind of what happens, but I'm just kind of curious as to what all of you would like to do before we set sail, or if you would like to set sail. Open-ended, up to you all right now. Take the reins. I will jump in when I need to.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Previous to this adventure, so Garfa and Lishija were busking. Before the break, had gotten 2 silver total. Throughout the course of the night, how many silver would I have gotten?
Ooh. I would like you to please give me a D100.
That means you could have earned up to 100.
Actually, both of you give me a D100.
Ooh,
Also,
I don't even know how to do it.
16.
Michaela, Steve wanted to say that Michaela, as a neo venture capitalist, will never not be funny to him. We're doing right.
Thank you, Steve. Next time we have a meeting about it, I would love if you could come and we could really go over some talking points. But we'll table that for now and circle back at a later date. Thank you.
Is this like your evil twin or something?
It's so glad for going into the business world. I have
Goodness.
no idea how to roll a D100 on Foundry.
If you should,
/RD100 with a space.
I think it's roll, right? Or no, R, but yeah. Maybe both work.
Our space D100?
Yes.
Oh!
46.
46. So, Lucia, you're having a hard time getting people to come to the table. But when they sit down, I mean, like, boom, you've got them.
Yeah,
They're willing to pay.
yeah.
Sagatha is just doing an excellent job at pulling people in, getting them to sit down, getting them to kind of be involved in this process. And
I'm not
so,
allowed to advertise. You have to do it for me.
Donations are nonsense. You got to get on that grind.
God.
this fits so perfectly with your alter ego.
Every time we hit a city now, you better watch out.
I'm contractually obligated not to ask for donations, so I do appreciate your enthusiasm.
We're a team, girl. We're a team.
Seems so.
And together, you make 62 silver pieces.
Nice.
Okay. Split it 50-50.
Okay, yeah, I'm okay with that. Yeah.
Nice. Well done. Because it could have been Sogafa got 46 and Lishija only got 16.
No,
Absolutely.
Sagafa's not about that.
Oh yeah, you want to split? Do you want to split it? I can split it whatever, but I don't need that much.
No, 50-50 seems fair. I'm the advertiser. You're the real business here. So.
I love this. What else would you all like to do in Ekalophia? If
I
anything.
did the little bit of purchasing I needed. I mean, assuming we get all the gear and supplies the ship has, if we're just hand waving that, then Craig will just go about town. He'll pull out his little conch shell and like.
Man about town, Craig
Yeah.
Fall Crusher.
Oh God. Yeah. Just enjoying city life for the first time in a while.
Fantastic. Sagafa or Lishija, is there anything else either of you would like to do in the city?
I have something I want to do, but you should go first if you have anything.
I really don't. Other than I think Sogafa's never really been in a city in which she didn't feel kind of low key persecuted the whole time. So other than by Casey, of course, but at that point she was so uncomfortable she didn't know how to act. So I think she probably just wants to go out and dance, and just make some friends, but not like good friends like our party here, but just go out, have a good time, see what it's like to just have fun without worrying someone's gonna like maybe try to kill her or something.
I think after some time wandering around, you might stumble upon a live performance around like a cafe.
Yeah, that sounds great.
And there are a couple people up and dancing. Oh. And give me a performance check.
Oh, performance. I don't know if I like that music kicking in at the exact moment. All right. Only a 12, so not bad, but not great.
Yeah, you find yourself in the midst of this slightly more choreographed dance than you had expected. And while you're trying to fit in, it's not quite, what you were expecting. And the group of people who are up and dancing, they kind of pull you in and they teach you a little bit, and you're able to catch on and learn. And I would think you come across a number of friendly faces. It feels kind of like a festival vibe almost, but really it's probably just people who are enjoying like an afternoon together. Looking around, it seems like this is just like the city itself is very social. People are very active. People are out like up and about and they know each other well. Like there's a lot of community here. as is evidenced by the god that they worship. And that community seems very centered around celebration of each other. And so you have, like, as you're walking around, you see numerous things like this pop up. Like, maybe it's people playing music together, maybe it's people dancing together, maybe it's people, like, telling a story to each other. Maybe it's people, like, grabbing things from their shops, walking outside and trading things, and then going back in. And there's just a lot of, like you're welcomed into that atmosphere for a short time, and people are happy to have you.
I love this place.
I'm glad. I like Ekalophia.
Me too. There will forever be a special place in Zogafa's heart for such a loving place.
And I mean, you really feel as if nobody is giving a second glance at you, even with your mask down. It's not even. It's very different from Elea. Yeah.
I like this. So I'm just out dancing. What are you doing, Lashija?
I'm off to find a printing press. Will you be staying here?
Oh yeah, I've got a lot of steps to learn. You go ahead. You know where to find me.
All right, I'll see you then.
Be safe.
And I don't know, is there a printing press that would be open at this time?
It's hard to find one. I would like you to give me a let's see. Perception, society, survival. One of those.
Will do. Okay, Pathfinder, stop giving me an alert. It is in the way.
Yeah, it does that. Foundry.
Total is 19.
19. After a bit of searching, you're able to find what seems to be like a town newspaper. It's not quite a printing press, but somewhere that, like, produces newspapers, or not produces them, but, like, sends them out. A delivery of sorts, postal office. And you are able to speak with them and try to learn where you might find a printing press, and they direct you to somewhere further up the hill in Ekalophia. It's kind of a let's see, it's more of a it's like hidden in the hills.
Yeah.
Somewhere that is not really in the eye of the public. It's more of like, it takes a little bit of a hike to get up there. And you're walking through the trails and the forests as you approach this small building. And there's really nobody there and until you walk in.
I'm like fanning myself because it's hot and I'm going uphill.
Yeah. And as you approach the door,
Hello. I tap my fan on the door frame. Hello.
Oh, yes. Oh, come in.
I answer.
And as you walk in, you see it's one large room. There aren't any, like, small offshoot rooms. It's just one big space. And there's a very large machine in the center with tables all around the edges of the room and a couple tables in the center of the room as well. And it's a large printing press. And there are papers stacked high all throughout the room. Different attachments that you can put into the printing press to make it work. I mean, you need to attach different letters in different places in order to press what you need to press. And it seems like one of the walls is entirely full of different attachments, different letters of various sizes, different numbers of various sizes, little like flourishes that you can put at the top of the page, and it's very artistic, but it's also very messy. Like, this room is not organized. It's kind of like the space of a mad genius, who just like, oh, I know where everything is, but nobody else could find it. And it's a young man, probably human, probably in his like early 30s.
A naughty or not?
No, he is human, it seems. And he welcomes you in. What can I do for you?
Hello. I am looking to make some posters.
Oh, and just to give a little more description, if I could, because I have a fun picture in my mind. I don't mean to interrupt you. But he has like glasses that he pulls down over his, like, it's a headband, and they, like, the glasses hinge down, and then over the hinged glasses, like, there are other smaller little magnifications that he can attach. And he wears a belt that has like tools hanging from it that he might use to repair the press. And he looks like a very tech savvy person. Yeah, anyway,
oh my
go
god,
ahead.
I'm my geek squad. Hello, I'm looking to have some posters printed. Do you do illustrations here?
Illustrations, that's quite difficult. What would you need illustrated?
Well, we've been recently traveling, and on our travels, we found this strange man who, very concerningly, is extremely interested in our little boy. He would follow us around. He would try and talk with our little boy in an overly familiar manner, and he would try to... Yes, it was very concerning.
That is quite odd.
Yes, and I was hoping to have some pictures of him printed out and then spread in as many places as I can, so people could perhaps, when they see him, find him and send him away.
You would like some sort of a wanted poster completed?
Yes. I would hate for anyone to go through what our party has gone through, especially concerning our little friend.
I understand your concern. May I ask, who are you, and what is your relation with this boy? And I guess I'd just like to know a little more about you before I agree to help in any way. Is there anything else that might... any context that you can provide for me?
Oh, well, I don't mean to ask for your help. I mean to solicit your business. I'm willing to pay.
Oh, very well. Well, I suppose so. I would be happy to work something up. My wife is quite an artist, and she would be able to draw, and then I could construct the press. I'm an inventor. Hopefully that would work. It might take me some time, but and he kind of starts rambling off.
I interrupt him. Is your wife here?
My wife is not here at the moment. I could go get her if you... I'm just down the road. Would you like to join me? Would you like to go for a walk? Our home is just down the road. My wife would be there. I could either get her and have her come back here, or you could walk down with me.
Whichever is easier.
Well, why don't you come with me? I don't mind. It's not an intrusion. And...
Can I insight check this guy? Is he a creep?
Yeah, give me a sense motive.
Where's sense motive on here?
Just perception.
Just perception. I like how we both click skills that don't exist in this game. 9 total?
9. It's hard to get a good read on him.
I just think he's a big nerd.
Um, and as you walk out of the press or of the room, he locks everything up with kind of an overly complicated lock, uh, and then starts walking down.
Are you worried about bandits?
Well, you see, I'm really the only major inventor here in town, and so I am slightly worried that someone might steal my technology and use it for something not so positive as sharing
What do you
knowledge.
make?
Oh, I make and maintain printing presses. I try to make sure that um, knowledge is passed around town in a productive manner. I have some small side projects that really aren't going anywhere at the moment, but they're for fun. I enjoy making little suits. I know that seems silly, but I make metal suits.
Could you metal suits for what purpose?
for,
What do
for
they do?
for building, I would love to provide my fellow community members with, especially those who build our city up from the ground. I'd love to provide them with something to make their job easier, something to protect them as they work, and something to make their job, the heavy lifting in their job, a little bit less taxing on their bodies.
I pull my fan over my face and cast detect magic and read auras respectively.
Okay, you don't detect magic on the man.
Mm-hmm.
So
Anything
you don't
within
get
the
an
30?
aura.
Is there any pings of magic within 30 feet of me?
No.
Hmm. Not even on his tools?
No. Are you wondering if he's like a D&D artificer type guy?
Yeah.
Give me a crafting check.
25.
With 25, you're pretty confident that he would be what we would call, as players, what we would call the class inventor. Inventors are a specific class in the game. They are non-magical focused, and they are just that. They can choose to make weapons. They can choose to make armor, or I think there's a third option, but I can't remember what it is.
Is it like a companion? Or a companion?
It might be something like that. So yeah, he's definitely some sort of an inventor, like an actual class.
But I don't see any magical things on him, so I guess he's some sort of tinkerer.
Yeah.
Do I get the sense that he's smart?
Oh yeah.
I sort of consider this and I say, I see. Well, I'm not much of a inventor myself, but I do have, I take my fan, I snap it closed, and as it does, it turns into Puppy. And I hold out my hand.
Brilliant! Hello, little one. How are you? May I? And he holds out his hand.
I give my hand like a lift for Puppy to jump off of, and it like does a spin in the air like those helicopter seats, and it lands on his hand.
Oh, brilliant! Is this an invention or magic of some sort?
This is arcane, yes.
My goodness, you are a precious little thing, are you not? Here you go, and he hands him back.
Puppy does like a fun little bow to him and then lands back in my hand and then turns back into a fan. I can't say I'm not quite as experienced as you must be, but I am very curious about what you have and what you've made.
Oh, I would be happy to show you if you're interested. Not many people here are. We tend to stick to the old ways in Ekalophia, which is not necessarily a bad thing. I just would love more open-mindedness about what the future could bring. And
Of
then,
course.
nonetheless, this is my door.
Mhm.
He opens up the door. Honey, and he invites you in, and a woman with a wearing like a long dress greets him, and then holds out her hand to shake your hand. Hello,
I shake. Good evening. I shake her hand. Uh, your husband here has
Carlton.
Carlton. Your husband Carlton has agreed to do business with me. Um, I asked him to do a few illustrations, and he mentioned that you were quite talented. Is it all right if I impart the knowledge of what I want illustrated within you?
Yes, of course. I'd be happy to help. What is it that you need?
May I have your name?
Yes, my name is Laurine. Laurine.
I look at this woman and I do join passes with her. I
Ooh.
press my head to her and when targets, you can share thoughts and experience but not words. When one target attempts to recall knowledge, the other can aid in their skill check using any lore skill without any preparations to it. So I kind of want to like, I describe the guy and then I do share pass for her to get like a more vivid picture of him.
Oh, that was an interesting experience. Thank you. Well, I believe I could draw him.
Yes. One moment. I want to cross all of my T's. 14. So take with that as you will. I describe the guy and then I embellish the story a little bit so he sounds more child predator-y than he was.
You gotta sell it.
Yeah, I really sell it, and I try to make an emphasis that like I'm doing this for the sake of so no one has to suffer through this, which is true, but I also want to do it because I'm kind of petty and I want people to like see him and stop him on the street and be like, who's this fucker? How dare you try and grab children?
Mhm. Awesome. She agrees to help you out. And let's see. How many copies would you like? This is Carlton asking.
Just enough to spread around town. We're heading further into the forest, so I'm assuming there's no one within the forest who'd be able to read these and find any issue with them, but anywhere within the mountain. I heard he's been traveling around, so enough to be spread throughout town and perhaps a few more to be handed out to travelers and merchants and the like.
I understand. Well, I suppose we can get started on this. Typically, our price for posters is around. Gosh, let's see. What would make sense for this? Around 40 silver. I'm willing to lower it to 30 because this is a unique situation.
Well, in that case, I have 30 silver for you.
Excellent. We'll get started as soon as we can. Thank you for bringing this to our attention and for hiring us.
Yes, thank you for your service. I'm sure you agree that this is a very, very important message to send to folks. And for you to be involved, I am very, very assured.
Well, thank you. Did you want to see my armor?
Yes, of course.
And he takes you back to takes you back to the what's it called? Uh, Printing
Workshop?
press, the workshop, and he like pulls out a chest underneath one of the tables,
Mm-hmm.
and he pulls out like these boxes that look like they're spring loaded in some way, and
Mm-hmm.
then clicks buttons, and they like pop out into these little suits of armor, and he steps into one of them, and he's like, "Isn't this fabulous? I've been working on this for quite some time, but I just haven't quite perfected it yet."
Can I do a crafting check to try and understand the intricacies of this?
Sure.
16?
I don't think you do. I think this is pretty complex. Like, you need to be very adept at working with technology in order to construct something remotely like this. Um,
Was there anything like this within the Inner Kingdoms where I'm from?
sure. Yeah. It's probably more common on. Gosh, what is the? I would say it's more common elsewhere in the world, but you would see a little bit of this on Yotris. Um,
Is it more like, oh, this is a traveling spectacle sort of thing?
Somewhat, yeah.
Mm. Was it ever this big?
Uh, yes. But maybe not quite this artistic.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Certainly, you're very capable. This is a very incredible machine you've created.
Thank you. I saw the idea from, well, when I visited, I'm forgetting the names of my own continents. When I visited this other place in the world, gosh, and and he just kind of explains the story of how he had seen all of this industry, and it kind of inspired him to develop his own machinery at a young age. And since he was 15, he's just been tinkering with things and trying to build things up and learn how things work.
If he was only since he was 15, that was only 15 years ago, because he's 30-ish, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
The war was at least 40 years.
Yeah.
Okay. Then I'm assuming industry isn't like a widespread thing.
No, you know what? Let me find the name of this continent, because I do want to get this right. Y'all go ahead and kind of roleplay for a moment while I figure this out.
I think Craig, in tootling their little.
You're a
shell
little
for-
soft, by the way, Don.
Oh, sorry, I adjusted some things. How's that?
Better.
Better? Cool. So while they're going about town playing with the little shell, we'll see Sogafa dancing, and he'll go up and start playing music, and say, "Hi, Sogafa. How's Buskin?"
Craig,
never-
oh my gosh, you would not believe it. We did so good. Leisha's just too shy about it, to be honest. She's a hustler, but not the right kind for this. But these dances, have you seen these dances? Everybody kind of gets together and does the same dance at the same time. Have you ever seen that?
I mean, there was kind of that thing in Baikisi, but like this is they're a lot more acrobatic
Yeah.
here. We figured out the line dancing thing. Didn't we do some sort of line dancing in Baikisi?
We did do some dancing, yes, absolutely. But these folks would they'll teach you. You wanna learn how to dance?
Sure, yeah. I could maybe even incorporate it into fighting. You know, the way they're dancing around. Yeah,
That'd be
sure.
so cool. Oh my gosh, that would
Yeah.
be so
And
cool.
the music, I can't even keep up with the notes they're playing. I've been learning so many cool new songs. It's much more flowery than the sea shanties I grew up with.
Well, I think you could probably incorporate some of these these melodies into your shanties. We're on a whole new adventure here.
Yep.
I feel like that's ample opportunity to write some new music for yourself here. I know the guys on the boat would love it.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, being cooped up in the woods for so long, it'd be nice to have a new playlist.
I have an answer for Li Shijia. So he explains that he saw a great deal of the industry that he was inspired by on the continent of Liavrata when he traveled to the Liarlata expanse. It's a large desert expanse peppered with industrial cities, and they are the booming center of industry and technology. That's where almost all airships are produced. That's where many steamboats are produced. In general, quite a large number of machinery comes from the Liarlata desert expanse, and that's on the continent of Liavrata. And then it travels elsewhere when people purchase that machinery. I would say some of the major groups that purchase it are going to be formerly the lizard folk in Flaybrush for the war effort. While the war was going on, the lizard folk were very very aggressive about securing technology. The human kingdoms secured what they needed, but they are close to the ancient expanse on the continent of Yotris, and there's more of a tie to magic near the human kingdoms than there is to technology. Kidith, which is the cold Arctic environment up in the north.
Also wanted airships.
What's that?
Also wanted airships.
Yes. So there are, Kidith and Opion. Actually, more so Kidith. Nope, I'm sorry. More so Opion would be kind of, those are where you're going to see more of the...
So lizard folk, human kingdoms, Opion.
Yeah.
Okay. About how many years ago did machinery start becoming a thing?
Really, when the war became...
It was developed during the course of the war?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it really was probably around 10 years after the war had started, so that would be about 30 years ago. Yeah.
Very fast.
Very new. And it really developed quickly.
I have mixed feelings over machinery in general, but this guy seems like he's very good at what he does.
Yeah.
A very beautiful machine, I must say. You're very skilled. You have quite a gift.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Well, anyway, we'll get started on your project and make sure that these get situated around town. I wish you well. Thank you.
Thank you so much. These machines that you made, are they personal projects of yours? Do you plan on doing anything with them in the future?
Well, I would say when they're ready, which who knows how long that will take, but when they're ready, I would love to sell them to people who are working in construction around the city, people trying to build up our home. Beyond that, I'm not really certain.
That's a very noble intention of you. I'm very impressed.
Thank you.
About what time did you say this would be finished? The job.
Oh, it will likely take us a couple days, I'm afraid.
I see. Well, my party, our crew and I will be sailing off before then. So I pull out the 30 gold and I hand it to him. I trust that you will have this done.
Yes, absolutely. We will make sure it's up within the end of the week. Before the end of the week around town.
Thank you so much. Carlton?
Yes, and your name was?
I'm Li Shijia. I'm a Fate Witch.
Lucia, it's nice to meet you.
Yes, it's a pleasure to meet you and your wife both.
Yes. And he'll kind of get back to work.
Yes, I start to head back. There's a weapons maker in town, and no one's talking about it.
Yep. Cool. Well, what are we up to?
I'm going back to the boat to take a nap.
Okay.
Yeah, if it's late, I think Krig be tuckered out by all the strange new things he's seen and learned. So I think eventually he'll make his way back. He's not gonna cause any trouble or try to get up to any mischief. He's excited to hit the waters on this vessel again, so he'll have made his way back to the ship too.
Okay, great. Sagafa?
Yeah, I think Sogafa probably, after all the dancing and trying to step out of her box a little bit, probably got a little bit
Sorry.
Don just put in chat hot singles in your area.
Okay, so there's context to that. I'm not a creep.
No, leave it there. Leave it there. We need no context. That's it.
Fine. Cool. Well,
Sorry.
I said Krig wouldn't get into mischief. Don is a scamp.
I think once Craig got tuckered out, I think Sogafa probably would have been ready to go back to her comfort zone of hanging out with the friends that she knows well, and would probably go back to the boat with him. And it's probably getting late. That was a lot of dancing. We played with a Grodare. It was a busy day, so I think she's gonna let her entrepreneurial skills take a rest for the rest of the day.
Mike is in chat, y'all.
Oh, cool. He got to hear. Hi, Mike.
Hi, Mike.
I was actually just thinking of you. I wonder if I summoned you. So, about
Is that a pun?
Oh no, it wasn't intentional. But you were mentioning about like you didn't know how much services cost. I know Starfinder better, but I did a little searching on Nephis, and a hireling, which is kind of what that guy sounded like,
Yeah.
Carlton. Price was just fine.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
But
Cool.
basically, a skilled hireling has a +4 modifier in their area of expertise. So if you
Oh.
wanted it to be based on success of a die roll, I don't know what bonus does Lishija's
Diplomacy.
like.
Is
There
that-
was they did the mind meld thing. What was the bonus of that, Lishija?
That one was I can use any check to aid the other person into knowing something, and that was for the wife.
Okay. Well, maybe it wouldn't help there, but they would have a +4 modifier to like a crafting the crafting check to do those posters if you wanted to play it that way. But I was curious about it too because things cost.
Yeah.
Things cost. I have 1 silver left. I have enough for like a candy. Actually, no. I would like to get a candy on my way back.
Nice.
You get a candy. It tastes
Yeah.
delicious. Delightful.
It's not for me. I give it to Remy.
Oh,
Aw.
Remy loves it.
What has Remy been doing all afternoon?
Yeah.
evening?
I think mostly he's been hanging out with Sagafa, trying to join the party a little bit.
Yes.
Yeah.
Can I roll a perception to see if Remy has a crush on Sagafa?
Oh,
Sure.
Oh no. I'm 75 years old.
11.
11. He just might. Who knows?
I keep this in mind, but I don't say anything.
Craig will teach him how to swing a sword. Lishija will teach him how to manage his inventories, and Sogafa will give him a lust for life.
Aw.
Cute.
We're
Um,
just three dysfunctional parents.
do y'all mind if I fast forward things a bit?
Yes.
Okay.
You do mind?
I do not mind.
Not right.
Do not mind?
I
Okay.
do tell you guys about Carlton and his wife, and how I do believe that he was making weapons. He was making suits for laborers. I do believe that they're going to be turned into weapons at some point, and I think it would be good to visit him.
So it's for laborers. I mean, weren't they kind of small? So what kind of laborers are we talking about here? This isn't a place for child labor, is it?
He appeared to comfortably step into the suit. So, the average human folk person.
Okay. All right, just checking.
Yes.
How do you think the posters are going to turn out?
I did what I could. It's only there to slow them down for a bit. Hopefully, being seen and more visible will encourage them to be more cautious.
And it's a port city, so like people will from all walks should be able to maybe spread the word.
I agree. And honestly, I do not appreciate them bothering us in the night. So hopefully this will slow them down.
You do like to get your sleep, that's true.
You're able to board the ship, get everybody situated and ready to set off in the morning. The day... Let's take a look. I believe we landed on the star day, the 5th of Glimmer. Please correct me if I'm wrong, because I very well might be.
Oh yeah, we lost a little module that had the calendar. That sounds right to me. Sogafa, you take way better notes than I do.
It was, the 5th of Glimmer, and we went into town on the 5th of Glimmer, so the next morning would be 6th Glimmer.
Okay, so it is the 6th of Glimmer, and you are able to set sail in the morning and make your way toward the mouth of the Whispering River, which is the waterway that leads directly into the Whispering Marshes. Anybody feel free to give me a society check, a nature check, a
Lore sailing?
lore sailing check would be good.
Every time.
29 society.
Okay.
Oh, 15 nature.
Mark says his birthday is the 6th of Glimmer. Happy birthday, Mark.
Aw,
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday! Woo!
It is the next day for Mark though, so
Cool.
oh wait, no.
Happy
Oh,
belated
today. Sorry,
birthday!
I confused real world. Never mind. Yes, good job, Mark. You got me. 15 for lore sailing.
Okay. It was a 15, a what, and a what?
29.
29.
Wow.
Did Sagafa roll?
A 15 nature.
Okay. Each of you would think that the Whispering River, if it is something that leads toward the Whispering Marshes, probably is not a complete river. Like you wouldn't be able to head all the way into the marshes, because like the marshes are going to be muddy and quite a bit of land in the way, unless you had like horses to pull the ship through those parts of the river that are low tide or low that are shallow. Then it probably wouldn't be doable. But there are places where you could stop the ship and get out once you arrive near the Whispering Marshes. And you all think that it probably will take you about probably about 2 days to get to the Whispering Marshes. I would like you all to kind of go through a couple things that you would like to do on the boat, and then we're going to fast forward to arriving at the marshes. I am going to step away for a moment, and then I will be right back.
Okay.
But please do your character thing. Talk about what you would like to do on the ship.
Okay. Cool.
I think I would like to approach the first mate and, just take 10 of the silver that I have, and I know it's not much. I'm sorry, but I got some of this in town, and you folks have really just been so helpful to us, and I'm really proud of you for venturing out into the world after all that time. So I wanted to contribute these to your coffers. I can't give you everything because who knows what we'll run into, but I'm happy to contribute some of my income here. And I hope you like it. And then she scares me, so I'm definitely gonna run away a little bit.
Okay.
She's a very intimidating lady.
She is. That's why I like having Emma describe her each time, because the
That
first time we
tail
met
with
her,
the piercings. Oh, I wish I could have a tail with piercings in it. Michaela and Sogafa.
Krig is going to. He didn't get to spend time the other day in the crow's nest. Didn't want to cramp Sogafa's style. So today, at one of the days, or wherever we're at, he will be in the crow's nest, just swinging around. Not even like, yeah, he's helpful, but taking time to have some fun while doing it too.
Like, yeah, he's kind of helpful, but it's an afterthought.
Yeah, it's definitely, yeah. He wants to swing around and do some practice swings with this dance style he learned in started. Yeah. I think I want to try and incorporate a little more acrobatics. So yeah, a lot of swings in the air.
That sounds so fun.
Yeah.
Alicia, what are you doing on the boat? On the Bonito.
I feel there's like a look on my face about you saying the name out loud, but I don't say anything.
Oh, do we have a fake name we're flying under?
The Ekalophia.
That's right.
Are we keeping that?
It was the easiest. Thankfully, we're not around too many crowds for this to be much of an issue anymore.
Literally no crowds.
No, there isn't. Unfortunately, it does not appear that Em is here that I can ask about the forest surrounding, so I'll have to choose something else that I'm going to do. Li Shijia. I need time to think about this. I'm also looking over the items. I still haven't picked one. Don, do you want to go?
Well, I had a suggestion. I think Krig, after playing around for longer than he should have, breathlessly will go up to you and say, hey, Lishija, it's been a couple days. Could you, view what Hannah's up to? Could you... he, waves his hand like he doesn't understand magic, but he knows magic can do stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of those?
Super helpful.
I hold my fan and I look to the side. Let me double check my spells, see if I have anything that could help me. If not that, then
I could offer you some guidance. I can't help, but I could try to help you.
Unfortunately, I don't have any skills within my repertoire right now to ask of Hannah's status. But if you want to, I could give you a reading and you can ask a few questions.
Sure. I didn't even consider myself getting anything. Yeah.
It's gonna be a minimum of 2 silver.
I have money, Sogafa. I have money. He pulls out 2 silver.
No, you get the friends and family discount. Don't even worry about it.
Sorry about that, y'all.
All good.
See.
We're scrying.
We're not scrying. We're gonna
I
do
don't know
a
what we're
reading to
doing.
see if we can. I wish I could scry. That would been so sick. We're gonna try and do a reading where Craig is asking Nishijia questions to figure out Hannah's status.
Oh, okay. I love it. Let's do it.
He's
I
getting
say
me a friends and family discount as well. So
it's free. It's totally free. Yeah. I set up my tools. I call Rem if he wants to watch.
He
And I
does.
have Craig sit in front of me.
Okay.
What is your first question?
Is she sleeping okay?
Okay, let's see. Let's do my occultism roll. 25.
Is she?
next to that beautiful woman, I doubt it.
Ooh,
She also found out her ex was alive and waiting for her, so
Yeah,
we'll see.
that's
I
true.
don't
That's true.
think she's sleeping great. I don't know. I feel like yeah, I feel like she's I feel like Hannah worries.
She does.
I feel like she worries a lot. So I think it's probably a no.
What does a no look like?
Mm.
Because a yes is a whistle.
Do you have any ideas? It's your spell.
Craig, what do you not want to feel?
That's a terrible thing. Just a hollow, like one solitary hollow gong.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
The sound vibrates first, and as it ascends, it turns into a gong.
Oh, he's bummed by that. Oh, I guess without me keeping her safe in sleep, that's a bummer. Okay.
She love that.
I have to ask another.
You may, but I also don't recall her being a particularly good sleeper. I do remember her insisting on taking watch every night.
Yeah, we shared. That's why I take first watch now. I'll watch over you as you all get your rest and you'll do his hand wave sign for magic. You get your magic refreshed, and then I get to sleep. So I guess my other question is she crap is her sword striking true? Is she giving as much as she's getting from life?
Mm-hmm. Pick one. Pick one of those questions. Two of them may confuse the.
Okay. Is she doling out as much damage to the baddies as she's having to wrestle with in her own heart?
All right.
The baddies.
The baddies.
That makes sense. It's a significantly more in-depth question.
Yeah.
I think it is unclear.
Yeah.
You don't feel an answer.
Great. So.
Well, that was worse than getting a bad answer.
Yeah, that means she's not sure if she's making a difference or not, and that's awful. I don't know.
This. That's pretty Hannah, though.
That is pretty Hannah, though. I don't like readings very much, Lishija. This wasn't. I don't like this, and he's gonna just get up and walk away.
Oh,
Craig, it's okay. He'll be all right. And he walks over to Craig.
wait, Lishija. Do you want us to teach you the dance steps that we learned in Ekalophia? We could do it. There's 3 of us and only one of you, Ellie. We gotta get some of them through, right?
I'm all right, thank you.
Okay. I'm also gonna walk away.
Sorry.
Okay. Well, as you travel along the river, you see that the The jungle is getting more and more dense the deeper you go. The farther the river goes upstream.
Uh, Jenna, you had a question about what are the sides of the river look like?
Oh yeah.
Oh.
As we are traveling, what does it look like? Do I sense magic around us?
Ooh.
I'm casting detect magic and read aura like crazy.
Yes. You do detect magic here and there, and aura is specifically about alignment, right?
It's about school.
School of magic. You would be sensing divine magic,
Okay.
as well as primal magic everywhere. And physically, I mean, as you travel upriver, the sides of the sides of the river seem to be
The
very.
bank.
Thank you. The riverbanks are covered in lush greenery, and every now and then one side will rise up, and you'll be sailing along this cliffside. And then that cliffside will slowly descend, and the same thing happens with the other side now and then. And after a little while, you notice that the land starts to become more muddy, a little bit greener, and these beautiful little pink trees start popping up here and there. Yeah, they're a very pretty pink. They look to be kind of native to this part of the jungle, like you haven't seen them before. You see some red and orange trees as well, and they don't look like how trees look when their leaves are about to fall. It looks as if the color of the leaves is naturally orange and pink and red. So it's some type of exotic plant that exists here, that you may not have experience with elsewhere. You see more and more of them the closer you get to the marshes. And the day passes. By the end of the day, you start to notice that the landscape has dramatically changed. It's muddy, it's quite a bit more lively. Like you can hear crickets, insects, more birds. I mean, it feels more.
Cicada City.
Yeah, it feels more alive with nature. And the day comes and goes. Wake up the next morning. You continue along the river.
Are there
And
mosquitoes?
yeah, there are.
Do they bite me?
No, they don't.
Nice.
They
We're gonna get fucking malaria and die before we get.
and you continue throughout the next day. It's the 7th of Glimmer. Moon Day, the 7th of Glimmer.
I think I start asking around the crew, especially the first mate, what if she has any experience through the deeper parts of the forests. Kara.
I'm sorry, who exactly? Oh, the first mate.
I gave her 10 silver, by the way.
Oh, okay. So Kara explains that she's never been this far up the river, but what you tend to see are just the wind dies down, things go slowly, and sometimes you need to break out the oars. Most of what she's citing is like sailing knowledge and ship-based knowledge. Not really like landscape, geography, nature knowledge. She's kind of saying, okay, well, in these situations, you need to pay attention to this. You need to look out for the shallows. You need to look out for rocks. You need to make sure that you have the oars ready in case the wind completely dies down, because, like, we don't want to drift into a cliffside, like, stuff like that.
Could I request of her that I understand that the part of the bargain is that you're only delivering us to this location and no further. Is it possible for you and your crew to anchor for a small point of time while we explore? And when we come back, you could also deliver us back to Ekalophia, so we will not have to return by foot.
I think that the majority of the crew is invested in your little adventure, your journey, your safety. After hearing what Fumajignota said, I think many of us are interested in your safety.
Thank you. That is much appreciated.
If I could,
thank you. I need to talk with Craig, Remy, and Sogafa.
Okay.
Family meeting.
Yes, we're having a meeting. So I think I've taken us into like either one of our rooms or like in the mess hall, and I've sat everyone around the table, and I've said, all right, so we are entering the Whispering Marshes. I don't expect any of the crew to come with us, and honestly, I feel if too many come, it will be very cumbersome indeed. That being said, now that we are entering the Whispering Marshes, we have to address the fact that we do not know what we are looking for once we are entering. And because of that, because we do not know what we are looking for, and because we do not unaware of the dangers inside, I have a proposal that we have a day limit with retravels. If we do not find anything within that time limit, we return to the ship regardless, and we try something else.
Yeah, we gotta protect ourselves. It's just us against all of them. How many days do you think we could risk being out there?
I look at Sogafa. How long does it take to investigate a patch of wilderness, say a league or so?
I mean, I'm pretty good at going through a forest. I don't know so much about a marsh. We still have your shoes as a problem, so we could probably. The problem is that if we investigate the, even let's just say, let's say 5 leagues in a day. That's optimistic, but 5 leagues in a day. So we've got the ship here, and then we go out this way for 5 leagues and come back, and then we go forward for 5 leagues and come back, and then, I mean, it just seems like we're really limited that way. We don't want to split up. That's the worst idea, but
my idea was that rather than having to return back and forth to the ship, we explore as far as we can once within a certain time limit, and if we don't find anything there, we'll return.
But on the return, do we take the exact same path we took out? Or if we could cover more ground, we take a different path back?
Oh, I feel like a loop is probably a good idea.
Well, yeah, like a circle. We could like go one way and circle around, maybe.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, like what is it? Concentric. One circle, and then the next day go farther out, and then the next day go farther out.
Yes,
like
that is
ripples.
It. That is
okay.
concentric.
Okay, yeah. It's not a bad idea. I mean, I've got magic, but I don't really have what you've got going on with
Yeah,
your
yeah,
intuition. So,
yeah.
maybe keep that
Sorry,
running.
do neither of you two witches feel anything? Like there's supposed to be a school. Like, is there like a beacon? Like sometimes I can tell where north is. Like I can feel it.
Hmm.
It's not always
Well,
right. Sometimes though. But do you like have that with magic?
as far as I can tell, this place is supremely magical. It is largely divine and primal magic, as our Remy here has, but no particular strong source I'm sensing. At least not as far as we've traveled.
So
Remy?
how about you guys keep your senses going, and if it starts getting stronger as we head in a particular direction, we're definitely going to use that as guidance, right? And then maybe we could narrow down our search a little bit there.
Remy, has any parts of this place spoken to you in particular?
I mean, not yet. No, like I don't think so.
No.
But I'll keep an eye out.
If you find anything, please do tell us.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah.
It would be really weird to start withholding information from us now, Remy. Just letting you know that.
Remy would never lie to us. Look at this sweet boy.
Well, I did kind of steal something back in Ekalophia.
You
It
did
wasn't
what?
What?
it was just a little piece of candy. And then Lishija brought me some candy too, and so now I feel extra bad because I'm sorry, guys.
When we go back to Ekalophia, if we go back through there, you're gonna go and apologize, young man.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Sagafa's the most Midwest mom. You're gonna march right in there and tell them.
You're gonna tell them what you did, and then you're gonna have to do some chores.
Remy, what does your patron think of you stealing?
Oh God.
You're giving a side
I
eye.
don't know. I'm not sure. I'll apologize tonight. Yeah.
Right, you will.
Remember, Remy, while you gain your power from your patron, you are in service to people. And in turn, those people are what help shape what those gods and patrons are. If you begin to upset that balance by choosing to go against the values of your god, be aware of what possible outcomes would be.
Wow. Okay. I never thought of it like that. That's okay. Thank you. Yeah.
Do speak to the Wild Mother. Is that her?
The
All
All-Mother.
Mother.
The
Yeah.
All-Mother. Do
Yeah.
speak to the All-Mother.
Okay, I will.
I think just as a final note on our travel plans into the marshes, that not that I'm looking for an excuse to use those really pretty pink branches or anything, but maybe we should construct some kind of marker that we can all recognize. That way, if we need to find our way, because you always want to have a plan if you get split up. So we should and I heard this story once about these kids who did breadcrumbs. So if we did some kind of marker, that would
Ransel and Heddle. Yeah.
those guys.
Ransel and
Yeah,
Heddle.
thank you. Oh
Okay,
my
cool.
gosh, thank you.
Yeah, my mom told me that story one time. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, no way. Did you guys hear about Ransel and Heddle as kids?
No,
Not-
if you leave breadcrumbs on the ground, someone's gonna eat them. That's a terrible clue to leave behind.
I mean, it was like a fable, but I propose we do it with branches, and we come up with some kind of symbol we can make so that we can indicate that we've been here already. So if we do go in circles on not the purposeful ones, then we can at least kind of get an idea of where we are, and hopefully anybody who gets separated can find their way back to the ship.
Yeah, that's
I
a
agree
good
that
idea.
is a very good idea, yes. I can also check in the inventory if there's any excess material that we can use and bring along with us.
I have
Well, I
chalk.
thought about that. if we use like ribbon or ripped up a shirt or something. But I worry about the wilders seeing those
Hmm.
and being led straight to us because they're not natural to the area.
Do you believe that they'll be able to track us using our symbols, since they are also quite skilled trackers?
That's a fair question, but I think it would at least be slower because they have to figure out how to recognize the symbol.
All right. We'll do your idea then.
It's not bad to have a backup plan as well, though.
I'll check the inventory just in case to see if there's any materials that will help us along the way.
Yeah, give me a perception check.
19.
19. It wouldn't be a bad idea to take some rations with you. It would be a good idea to have some rope. You're able to find 150 feet of rope on the ship. You can divide that amongst each of you if you would like.
I have rope again.
Yay! And let's see. I think you'd find like some staves, I think is the plural, like a staff that you can use to help walk through the mud, because you would expect that there will be some mud. And those are probably like the main things outside of what you already have in your packs. Could I get I would like all of the above checks, and you can figure out who would like to roll each of them. Remy can also roll for one of them. I would like nature, survival, religion, and lore, Saga Gesa domain, which is one of Remy's skills. Remy's gonna roll that one.
I can do any one of the other ones because all of my things are there.
Yeah, survival would be best for me.
I'm good at all of the other ones as well, so I'll stick to nature if you want to do religion.
Okay, I'll do religion. I'll do my best.
All right. Remy's gonna go ahead and do Saga Gesa domain.
Nice.
Ooh!
Oh dear.
Oh, beautiful.
So we have a
9 religion.
9 religion, 21 lore Saga Gesa domain, a 7 survival, and a 28 nature. Let's see. I would also like an arcana check from all of the magic users.
I can do that. That's okay. 23 arcana.
11.
And
Detect magic, read aura, detect magic, read aura.
and 16 for Remy. All right. I think that first off, Sagafa nature check is going to give you the understanding that there's definitely a good place to start walking. Like you can tell where the roots are thickest, where the plants are most rooted in the ground and most stable, where the mud isn't quite as like unsafe as it might be in other parts. So you're able to give the group a very good starting point in the Whispering Marshes the next morning. You walk around for a little while. Lishy just trying to get a handle on where to go and why it's called the Whispering Marshes and trying to hone in on this aspect of this religious vibe of this location. And you're struggling to really figure out exactly where you might need to be most in touch with that divine magic that you're sensing. And you are not able to bring the group forward in that sense. However, Remy is able to think of stories that he's heard about in the past. Or I'm sorry, Krieg is able to. Krieg, you're trying to navigate everyone through, and it's a struggle. This is not an environment that you're familiar with. And I mean, the swamp is really probably like nothing that you've seen before.
Yeah, no, his home was quite tropical, and then it was open horizons. So like it's of the sea. So like yeah, he is well out of his depth here. But there's water, so he's at least like grumbling through the mud, occasionally splashing in a puddle to cheer himself up with. Unless we feel like we should be going stealthy, and like if he's stomping in puddles, if anyone wants to admonish him, that could happen too.
That was a part of the plan.
What's that?
Stealth wasn't in part of the plan, so.
Okay.
Yeah, we don't know what we're finding.
Okay, we want people to find us. It's kind of.
And then after a little while, Remy's like, I think we need to try something new. You know what? I need to think back on some of the stories that I've heard. And he starts describing stories of people entering the marshes and hearing whispers, and all of these whispers being centered around a specific part of this marsh. And he starts kind of walking toward a direction that he basically thinks that the center of the marsh might be where all of this magic is strongest. And so he leads the group there. By about evening, after almost a full day of walking, you start to pick up on some of that divine magic. I think specifically Lishigia and Remy start to feel a little bit of that magic that they were expecting to find. And Lishigia, I would like you to give me a perception check, please.
I have no direction out, telling us where we're going. Ooh, 25.
25. Fantastic. Lishigia, you hear two very familiar voices. We're so proud of you. We're so sorry. We were wrong. And it's this whisper that you're hearing from different parts of the woods.
I whip around, detect magic, read aura.
Everywhere that you look, there's magic, and it seems divine. We're so
What do I know
sorry.
about divine magic?
Give me an Arcana check.
Yeah, actually, I was gonna ask, like, what level of Arcana or Occultism are you? Trained, expert, any of those? That might help gauge. I mean, not to step on toes.
Yeah.
I was
Oh no,
looking at
feel
my-
free.
Please.
13 only. I guess I'm not that versed in divination. I'm really good at occultism.
Okay. Just a moment.
This doesn't feel primal to me because I've seen Remy cast magic.
Well, divine magic would be like my magic.
Is your magic divine?
Yeah.
Ooh.
After a little while, sorry.
I after I think there's like a 2-minute thing where like I'm not saying anything. And then I do look at Craig and Sogatha and I say, I hear my parents.
I didn't know you had parents.
I do.
Didn't think she had parents?
Well, I knew she had parents, but she never talks about them. Were they nice?
Yes. And strangely, I heard them here.
Are they dead?
I don't believe so.
You know, my map isn't working how I wanted it to.
Oh, I actually had this issue, like this exact issue. Disable perfect vision module if you have that one.
I do have that one.
Okay. And then you might need to refresh. Or, well, once you deactivate it, it'll refresh itself.
Is it one of those messages, do you think? I mean, they don't go that far a distance, do they?
Are they really powerful?
No, I'm the most powerful.
Oh, good for you.
Wow, nice.
Be vigilant. Something strange is happening.
Okay.
And the voices that you hear, they seem to pull you toward an opening in the trees. Let me get you all on the board.
Is it raining?
It is raining.
It's raining like right here, right now, and it's like outside my window. Also.
Really? Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
Lucky. It was pretty stormy, overcast before I shut myself in the office here, so I wonder if it actually rained here.
Oh.
That would make me smile.
And Lishija, you hear your parents' voices saying, "We're so sorry. We were wrong. We thought what we did was in your best interest, but we were wrong."
Do I look at Craig and Sogatha? Do they look like they're hearing anything?
They don't seem to notice.
I'm clearly hearing something. I'm very obviously looking around.
And you arrive in what seems to be very clearly a trail through the trees of some sort. Feel free to explore. I would just say when you get to a branch in directions, talk about which direction you all want to move in before you start moving. And I'll have Remy just follow all of you.
So you're hearing whispers. I don't hear anything. Except the rain. So where are they coming from?
Yeah, we're gonna have to follow your ears. So, Craig will pull out the whip he just bought, and I don't know if I can justify saying I raise my shield and walk around with my shield raised, but he's definitely got his buckler like at the ready, and he's got the whip in the other hand.
Okay.
Is there a role that I can do, like how dangerous this feels? Like, is this like a welcoming embrace, or is this like fly trap, sweet fly trap?
Give me a...
Perception?
Sure.
I guess it's I can, if I had to guess, it's like perception or arcana or something.
Yeah.
6.
It's really hard to tell.
Well, it looks like we might have a couple of options when we get up here. Do we want to stay on this wide path? Or, there's something over here to the left, but, I don't know. The wide path seems maybe safer.
Do I get a sense of do these voices that I hear have a direction?
Uh, your mother's voice is coming from the right, and your father's voice is coming from the left.
Always hate it when parents do this.
Put you right in the middle, I swear.
I follow my father's voice. I say that, and then I suggest that following my father's. Is that the wider path? It's not loading for me, by the way.
Oh, it's not?
It just now loaded for me.
Your mom is the wider path.
Mm.
I'm sure your mom has a very average path.
Let's take the wider path then.
Okay, that would be the one on the right, then.
Oh, okay. I have 2 Krig tokens out. That's...
Oh, interesting.
Okay, cool. So I can... Yep, standing right up there with Remy, Sogafa, and Lishija. Just shield and whip at the ready. Just looking around. Krig doesn't hear anything but nature sounds, so he's not going to be able to help Lishija sort this out.
Okay. So we are going on the right side?
Yep.
All right.
It's not letting me move my token. It says I'm hitting a wall.
Please move my token because my screen is at 98%.
Okay.
Yeah, mine was kind of halted there, but it did eventually load.
And feel free to just kind of keep moving until I tell you to stop if anything happens. Is it not allowing you to move?
Yeah.
Well, that's annoying.
I'm cool. I trust. Yeah, if you want to just.
Theater of the mind.
Yeah. Yeah. Those watching can see this nice path. Krig won't go more than a step or 2 away from anyone else. He has a couple range options now, but he doesn't want to get separated and start hearing weird whispers.
I keep no direction up, so we always know which way is north, just in case.
Okay.
Nice.
You come across a swampy water that's just spilled onto the path. And beyond that are some of those beautiful pink trees that you saw as you were working your way upriver. You can move now, Craig?
I could move that one. Could you delete the other Krig I just pinged on the map? It's way south of our current.
Ah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you.
You're literally in the tree. Okay.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, I can move just fine now. Yep.
Beautiful.
So yeah, looking at the water, just look around.
Do you think it's safe to walk in this water?
Are there like fish bones float? Is there animal bones like floating in this?
You don't see anything. It looks to be like maybe knee deep.
On who?
On Lishija.
Oh no!
You're really...
Okay, all right. Just throw me over there.
All right.
No, actually, can I try to like swing up on these branch? Are there tree branches here I can like swing up on and get over it?
Yeah, give me an athletics or an acrobatics check.
I would like to telekinetic projectile Sogafa.
Remy's like, oh, this is so cool. And then he like just starts wading through the water.
Remy, okay, Craig's gonna follow in the water. It's like chest high on Craig, but he has a swim speed, so like if it's enough that I could swim,
Mhm.
he Craig would swim.
Yeah, I think if you're like if you're swimming, you're gonna be like chest is touching the mud, but
Sure.
you're able to.
Cool.
I
Um,
only got an 11 on that acrobatics check, so
I think you fall in the water.
yeah, that's fair. That's completely fair. Yeah.
Lishija, do
Huh.
you have that map yet?
Nope,
Oh, I'm sorry.
it's okay. I'm theater of the mind.
Cool.
You arrive at this group of trees. They are this beautiful pink color. And would you like to do anything when you get here?
Are there branches and with leaves on them that have already fallen off?
Yes, I would say so.
I'm gonna
Is it still
grab
raining, by the
so
way?
many of them.
It is still raining.
Sorry, I interrupted.
You're gonna take some of the flowers or the petals or leaves.
Yeah, well, because you said there was like branches and then there was like red and orange leaves on there, so I'd like to kind of attach some to the top of my staff.
Yeah,
Um, and
and I
also
think you only see the pink ones here.
the pink ones.
Yeah.
Okay, that's perfect. That's great. And then I'm also gonna tuck a little baby one into Remy's hat.
Okay, wonderful.
Do I still hear the voices?
The closer you get, the farther away they seem.
In my original language, I say aloud, Mama, it's me, Mato.
It's so good to see you. I've missed you.
I look very sad. I don't reply anything in return. Back in common tongue, the voices are getting further away.
To double back.
I think we should continue forward.
Okay.
Okay.
I've got your back. You just tell us where to go. Path is pretty clear ahead.
I'm not quite sure what's happening. It's very strange. I don't understand.
Same here.
Are we continuing forward as a group?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna select all of us and move us as a party.
Yeah.
Oh, it wrecks around.
And it does seem to wrap around.
So we've gone on like kind of a path like this, Lishija.
I can see now. Oh, that's why. Because there's dynamic lighting and rain. That's why my music from my
Oh no.
Oh.
Well, you are able to continue forward. You pass a fallen tree. Where you
Does
arrive.
the tree
at a-
look like it was fallen by natural means, or are there any axe marks or anything on there?
Give me a crafting check.
Lower ceiling? Okay.
May I also do a crafting check?
Sure.
I'm just looking for axe marks.
Okay.
You
14.
don't see any.
Oh!
Seems like this was just natural.
Okay, cool. Fine with nature.
I don't see any axe marks.
And it bends around back up again. You see another one of those pink trees.
Are you still hearing those voices, Lishija?
Am I? At this point, am I?
You are not at this point.
I don't hear them anymore.
Should we go back the other way?
I think it's worth exploring further to see what's at the end of this.
Okay. You're the whisperer.
I created this map using Dungeon Draft, which is a program made by 2 Minute Tabletop. They do some really excellent maps.
Yeah, that's really good.
I don't know how to pan. Rip,
How do what?
Taylor?
pan.
Oh,
Right click. Right click and then
and drag.
move. Yeah, thank you. Good for the word drag.
So there's some trees that are bare, and there's some of the pink ones. Is there a difference? Does it look like a different species of tree? Does it look like it's sick or dying, or?
It looks like it's just a dead tree. Old,
Old.
very, very old and dead, yeah.
Natural causes.
Seems like it.
Okay.
Lishigia, would you please stop right there?
Yep.
Could I have everybody please give me a perception check?
Oh no. Stop and roll.
Don't
a
notice
perception
anything.
check. We know what that means. 28.
Ow, 17.
That's my second nat 20 today.
Nice. I got a 6. That's my second. Not one.
Alright.
Oh no. Highs and lows.
Let's see. Everybody stay where you're at. for
Yeah,
me.
I clicked away to the chat and then I didn't follow. Yeah, I'm staying right by Remy.
You're good.
The lad.
Well,
Remy privately rolls some dice. Okay, son.
Lishija, what was yours?
6.
Thought I'm stealing, now he's privately rolling.
Greg, what was yours?
17.
Sagafa, what was yours?
28.
I'm distracted.
Lishija, as you walk forward, you feel yourself wrapped up in something sticky.
Gross.
And it is difficult for you to move.
Do I see what I'm wrapped up in?
Not quite yet.
Okay, so there's no like a tentacle that comes out of the swamp and like naps me.
Not at the moment.
Might be a spider web, you guys. I might have just walked straight into a big spider web.
And that is where we'll call session for tonight.
Okay.
Thank
You
you
mean to
so
tell
much.
me that when we come back, I'm gonna have to know what the heck I'm supposed to do about some sticky stuff immediately? Oh gosh.
So, thank you everybody. Hope you have a wonderful night. Thanks for hanging out, and we will continue with Tales of the Bitch Boy.
We were all thinking it.
Tales of the Witch Boy next week.
Okay, bye everyone.
Bye everybody. Thank you.